Hey everyone. It has been a little bit over a year since I last made an update video. I guess this is going to be a yearly tradition now. I'm officially calling it right now. One video a year where I sit here and talk about nothing for 30 minutes. I don't know. No, I actually do have some stuff that I want to talk about, both stream-wise, IRL-wise, a bunch of different stuff to talk about. I have a little outline here of notes just to make sure I cover everything and don't forget anything. So yeah, this is the 2021 edition of my update video thingy, whatever, I don't know. But anyways, I guess I'm gonna start with, some recent stuff. First off, 2 days ago, I got my second dose of the COVID vaccine, and I am feeling better now. My energy has been slowly coming back to me. I felt a little bit fatigued this morning, but nothing crazy. Eventually, I was able to just, I'm fine right now. But after I got that second dose, my arm was super sore. My arm's still a little bit sore. I can lift it, but it's still a little bit sore. Also, I had a really bad headache the next morning, and I just felt drained. I just had no energy to do anything. But luckily, I'm okay. So yeah, I've got the second dose, and so in 12 days, I'll be considered immune from COVID, so that's cool. And that's also really cool because this kind of leads into my next thing I want to talk about. I've mentioned this a couple times already, but I am actually going to be going on vacation. I haven't had a real vacation in what feels like 10 years. That's probably true, honestly. I'm going to be going to Florida, and I'll be gone from June 13th to June 18th. I was originally going to be gone the 19th as well. We're coming back home one day early, just because timing-wise something didn't line up, but that's okay, no big deal. So yeah, from the 13th to the 18th, I'm going to be on vacation, and I actually did consider, maybe I should bring my, what if I stream on my phone or something, like just try to check in every once in a while, but I figured, you know what, I need a vacation, like I need to get away from work, and I need to get away from streaming. So, I've decided, yeah, that vacation is literally going to be a vacation. Of course, I'll still probably play video games, I'll bring my Switch and everything, but yeah, I'm going on vacation to Florida. My grandparents have a condo, and so, we're not going to be doing a ton of stuff, we're just going to be relaxing in a different environment. But of course, we could go to the beach or go swimming, or, we might go to a couple restaurants or something. And I'll be fully vaccinated by the time we go, so that lifts some anxiety there. Speaking of anxiety, nice segue, Alec. That's actually going to be kind of the bulk of this. I actually want to talk about my mental health, because if you ask me how my mental health is right now, it's kind of okay, kind of not okay. It really just it varies a lot right now. So I kind of want to break this down as best as I can, kind of talk about everything that's kind of been going on. So I first want to talk about what happened at Retrothon 2021. If you watched my runs, or at least if you watched I did Outrigger, California Raisins, and I did a race of Brain Drain with Wegariel. But you might have noticed that for Outrigger and Raisins, I actually did not commentate those. Ariel, fortunately, thank God, stepped up and commentated for me. Thank you, Ariel. I know you're watching this. Thank you very much. Yeah, he actually did the commentary for me. So I kind of want to explain what happened, basically. Ariel kind of knows this already, and a couple other people kind of know, but let me just kind of break this down for everybody. So basically what happened was, as we were leading into Retrothon, I'm actually going to go back a little bit, but I actually want to talk about this first. So as we were getting closer to Retrothon, my stage fright, or performance anxiety, as seems to be more fitting for me, my performance anxiety was getting really bad. And I was not completely sure why, because normally with performance anxiety, or normally something like Retrothon, I did it last year, I did it in 2020, and I did fine. I commentated all my runs. There was a little bit of anxiety, but I got through it. The thing is that I think part of the problem is that for the past, honestly, even before COVID, I have not really been interacting with a ton of people. I've kind of felt very isolated recently. And there's a lot of factors going into it as to why I kind of feel lonely. Yes, I do have a few close friends, and I'm glad I have those few close friends. However, when it comes to talking to different people or new people, that has become very difficult for me now. And again, I think this kind of started before COVID happened. When it comes to meeting with friends in person or anything like that, I don't have friends in proximity, or at least I don't have many in proximity. The ones that, friends that I had in high school, college, they've all kind of moved on and all that kind of stuff. I can't regularly just hang out with them. And I understand that post-college, it's very difficult to make friends. It's very difficult. I get that. The thing is that I think there was a time, maybe like 2018, maybe a little bit of 2019, I felt a little bit more integrated than I do now. Right now, I definitely kind of just feel isolated on my own, or at least only with a few friends. And as soon as I want to try to talk to somebody else, or as soon as I want to, hang out in a different stream and chat, it gets a lot more difficult to do that. Which, I mean, of course, I have social anxiety disorder, so of course it's going to be harder for me just naturally to do that. But, there was a period where it wasn't difficult to do that. So yeah, I will say that as far as marathons go, like speedrun marathons, stuff like that, Retrothon 2021, that's going to be the last one I participate in until this all kind of gets better, or until my anxiety kind of gets better, or at least I kind of have a plan for it now. I do want to say that as far as having a plan for that, by the way, I know my webcam glitches sometimes. I haven't fixed it yet. But anyways, I do just want to say that I did take a medication. I do take medication every day, but I took a specific medication that specifically targets performance anxiety, and I took one before each of my Retrothon runs. And I will say that that really helped. The thing is, I was prescribed that years ago, like 2017, but I was taking it all the time, and that's actually not what it was designed for. And so I was under the assumption that it just didn't work or didn't do anything, but that's because I was taking it for the wrong thing. But now I kind of realize, okay, this does help me. But also, and I want to stress this because this is always consistent, and this actually happened during Retrothon. I wasn't planning to commentate during the Brain Drain race, and I wasn't planning to turn my mic on during California Raisins. And I could have had my mic on during Outrigger. As soon as we start, as soon as my stream is up on the screen, on the restream, and as soon as they tell me I'm live, after like 5 seconds, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. Like, I feel fine once we get going. And it was, it's not easy to convince myself of that, but it is the truth. And it's exactly what happened. I called it. It was going to happen during Retrothon, and I called it. So yeah, that happened. But yeah, so basically there are certain things that I feel like are contributing to the performance anxiety, and the isolation is definitely one of them. And there are a few things that I want to do in regards to that. I am going to address that in a little bit though. But yeah, again, it's hard to make new friends, and it's hard to socialize, like if I want to hang out in a different stream and chat with other people and everything, there's always this worry that I have, like, are they actually going to like me? Are they going to be friends with me? But also it's just like, I still want my close friends. I still want them around. And it's like, I mean, obviously they would not think anything of it if I started hanging out with different people and, didn't always hang out with them all the time. Of course they would understand. It's just, I think my point is that I want to be better at socializing, but I need to figure out how to do it to a point where it's not too much, or it's not, crossing a line or something. So yeah, it's something that I want to work on and try to get better at. Because there have been times where I would literally worry, like, if I talk to this person or if I hang out in their stream, like, you know, I already am maybe slightly uncomfortable, but it's like, what if all of a sudden it's like, this literally happens sometimes. I think I maybe even addressed this on my podcast, Anxiously Okay. I'll worry, like, you know, what if all of a sudden, like, they raid me, or what if, like, you know, what if just, you know, what if the attention all of a sudden gets put on me, or, you know, what if all of a sudden, like, the attention's on me in their stream? Like, you know, I sometimes worry about that. There were times where I would kind of be able to wrap my head around that and be okay. But it's becoming harder to do that, and I think it's just because I haven't been socializing a ton. And I will say that I think doing my speedrun challenge, Gotta Run 'Em All, which did end in December of last year, I think maybe that was part of the problem, was that I was always focused on what I wanted to do and just me. But I think on one hand I wanted to do it and I did it, but on the other hand I think that kind of, it didn't cause the problem, but it aggravated it a bit. So the thing is, I want to, this is the big thing I want to do to try to address this. I haven't really been playing games with my friends, like all playing the same game. I haven't done that in years. I haven't done it in years. Ariel and I sometimes, like, will play Smash every once in a while, but that's like once every 3 months or something. But, you know, I think it would be fun for, I want to hang out with my friends more, and I want to try to focus a little bit less on just my own plans. Because I want to slowly but surely work my way back into a social environment, because once all COVID restrictions lift, it's going to be super jarring for me to get back out in society. Like, I already work from home anyways, and I worked from home before COVID. So, yeah, the thing is, if anybody's in my Discord, or if, you know, even if you're not, or, you know, if you follow me on Twitter or subscribe to YouTube, whatever, wherever, I want to try to play more games with friends, whether it be something like Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, Jackbox games. Yeah, just I want to try to be a bit more social with my friends, and I want to play the same games with my friends, and I want to record, if we're not streaming it, I want to at least record the game session, and so I can upload it to YouTube or something, or, you know, depending on if they want me to do that or not. But basically, I want to, you know, sometimes my friends and I will hang out in voice chat in Discord, which is fine, but as far as all of us just doing the same thing, I really miss that. I want to do that more. Also, I've thought about, because it's easier to do it in Discord, I actually have Amazon Prime, and you know, I was thinking, okay, well, what if we watch a terrible movie that's on Amazon Prime, and we could all, you know, I could screen share it or whatever, because I have access to Amazon Prime, and a couple people have said, yeah, that'd be fun, so we might do that. We might. There's a reason we stopped doing the movie, like, we had regular movie nights a while back, but we quit doing that. I wouldn't want to bring that back, but it's one of those things where it's just like, hey, if we all want to hang out, let's all do something together. So that's sort of the idea. So yeah, that's basically just what I want to do. I want to just hang out with friends more. And if my friends have friends who want in on the action, then that would be great too. It's completely fine if other people want to hang out and play games together, because that's definitely something that I feel like would be helpful for one thing. So yeah, again, it's just I've kind of just been feeling isolated, so I want to try to do stuff that will make me feel less isolated moving forward. But also, if I'm not hanging out with friends, as far as my stream is concerned, I guess I'll talk about that next. I will say that I'm trying to return to sort of just my own schedule, my own routine, that kind of thing, because I was kind of getting into this pattern where I would be doing a bunch of marathons, or I'd be doing a bunch of multi-game races, and I'd be stuck on their schedule, like, or like, you know, I'd be focused on their deadline. I kind of miss having my own deadlines. So yeah, I think it'll reduce some stress, it'll let me have some more fun, and plus it'll kind of let me have more time to figure out what I want to play, what I want to do, but also it'll give me more time to hang out with my friends. So yeah, that's basically that, which again, focusing less on marathons moving forward I think will help. The only event this year that I'm probably going to do, or that I am interested in doing, we'll see what happens, is the next Big 20. I just did the Big 20 number 14. I got 3rd place, which was awesome. They are going to do another Big 20 this year. I might do that. And I might do the Nescathlon this year, but it depends on the game list. That one, again, it depends on the game list. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. But other events and other multi-game races, just I'm not interested, or it's just I don't want to do it. I want to focus on other stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing there. So yeah, I will also say that some old speed games that I had, some games I hadn't done in a while, I'm bringing those. I am returning to a couple of them because I want to improve the PB, but also get a cleaner video. Right before I started recording this, like a while ago, like an hour ago at this point now, I just got a PB in GoldenEye 007 for the Wii, and I hadn't done that in like 4 years. I mean, I got a PB a week ago, but a week before that, it was 4 years since I last played the game. So my PB video is now updated, and it's a lot better and cleaner audio, cleaner video, everything. New speed games are still going to happen. If there's a game I still have that list with like hundreds of games that were potential options. Not that I'm like always looking at it all the time, but if there's a speed game I'm interested in doing, I might look into that and I might play that. So, yeah, I am still interested in doing some new games. We'll wait and see what happens. There is something I want to address, but I'll address it in a second. I do want to talk about a little bit my stream with channel points. So I have a couple of new incentives for my channel point, or, channel point incentives. I can't talk. And I will, I want people, I don't know how to phrase this. Basically, I put in some incentives that I feel like more people would kind of find appealing. The big one being you can pick a game for me to play casually, because I have a casual game list, and people can pick a game on that, and I'll stream that. So far, it's only been redeemed once. I still have the Nightmare game incentive. I have the push-up incentive. I still have reading this crappy, cheesy joke thing. I've already used this 6 or 7 times, so there's 43 more uses, and everyone hates this, but whatever. I think it's funny, but or I think the idea is funny. The jokes aren't funny. So I still want to do some casual stuff, even if I'm not doing casual stuff through the channel point incentive. I'm not going to force people to use channel points. However, this is sort of just like a soft reminder. You guys can use your channel points if you watch my stream, because I feel like you deserve some sort of reward if you've been watching. So, yeah, there is a casual game list, and I have some games on there. Some of them are replays. Some games I've already played before, but I'll replay it. Some games are games I've never played before that I am willing to stream. There's some games that I have in my backlog, but I'm not streaming those. And then there is a list of games that I either didn't finish, or I want to like replay on like a higher difficulty, or I want to basically just continue it, I guess, if you want to say. So yeah, there's some incentives there. There's some, if you're watching my stream, you can, put your points toward those incentives. So yeah, just a soft reminder for that, I guess. So let's see, let me think here. Oh, I want to talk about something that I might be doing. This is a big maybe, because this actually kind of goes a little bit against my idea of trying not to focus on just myself and what I want to do. But at the same time, this could still kind of work. It is a speedrun challenge, but it's not like Gotta Run 'Em All, where it was constant games all the time. This challenge would be something like a 40-year speedrun challenge. And no, that doesn't mean I'm going to speedrun one game for 40 years. What this means is I pick one game from every year since 1981. So 1981, I pick one game. 82, pick a game. 83, pick a game. And I speedrun one game that corresponds with every year. On one hand, some years don't have the best games, and also there are some years that like they had games, but I already speedran them. Like for example, Super Mario 64 came out in 1996. I already did that, so I had to pick a different game. So it would be me learning 40, I guess 41 if we want to count 2021. But yeah, 41 different games, and each would correspond with a year. I might do that, just because I think it would be cool. Also, a few of the games would take pretty, I could knock out a couple of them per, in one stream. But then there's also a couple games that would take a long time to learn. I think I have a list that is mostly finished. I might change one game, but there's one game on there that I picked that I want to do, but the speedrun's like, the speedrun I think is like 3.5 hours. So, I think that's the longest one in the game list. But yeah, if I decide to go through with it, I won't reveal all of that until after the Florida vacation. So once I'm back home from vacation, then we might look into that a bit more. But right now, that is a big maybe. If I decide to go through with it, I have a list. But again, maybe. Maybe. And also the challenge doesn't have like a time length or anything like that. It would just, whenever I get a chance, learn a game, play it. So, also, there is something else I want to do on stream. My birthday is June 24th. I don't know if I'll stream that day, but I might stream the 25th. I do have an idea for what I might do for a birthday stream, because I'll actually have time this year. What I might do is give me 1 second. Let me see. I think my birthday, the 24th is a Thursday, so the 25th Friday. What I might do is, recently Ariel and I did a BizHawk Shuffler race, and it was really fun. So I thought about picking 25 NES games and putting them in a BizHawk Shuffler. Some games would be kind of quick, like, 2-minute goal or whatever, but then I might put in a couple like 20-minute games or something. Nothing too crazy, nothing too difficult, stuff that I wouldn't have to derust too much. I already have an idea of like the games I would put in, so I'd probably just put those in. But yeah, I might do that because 25, because I'll be turning 25, so hey, 25 games. So yeah, I might do that. And if people are watching this and you're like, oh my god, do that, I might do that. So I'm looking at my outline here. I think I've covered a lot of the mental health stuff. I will say that as far as health, I am going to be going to the doctor at the end of this month. Actually, I'm going to see a nurse practitioner. My doctor is unavailable now because I don't know if it's her or if it's someone in her family, but there's a medical emergency that she needs to attend to, or like some sort of like health thing she needs to attend to. So I'll be seeing one of her nurse practitioners, and which is still fine. The thing is, I haven't gone physically in person to the doctor since October 2019, and April of last year I was scheduled to get a physical, but then COVID happened, so I couldn't get a physical. But I am gonna get a physical when I go to the doctor. And also I mentioned this in the last update video, how I was kind of having some digestion issues, I guess indigestion. I'm still kind of having that, so I'm going to talk to my doctor about that, because I feel like I know what the problem is, or at least I know what's going on, but I don't know the solution. So I'm going to talk to my doctor about that, see what they think. Or I keep saying doctor, but whatever. Whatever. So yeah, that covers like health stuff, I think, or at least the gist of it, the overall idea there. Also, my podcast, I already talked about it briefly. The podcast has actually been going well. There's going to be no slowing down on the podcast. I think there's supposed to be an episode of the podcast scheduled for while I'm in Florida on vacation. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to record I do this anyway. I'm going to record the episode ahead of time and then schedule it. So it shouldn't be a big deal there. But yeah, the podcast is going well. I still have a few ideas of episodes that I can do. But I also just want to say that, this goes to my friends, but also, because I'm going to be linking this video on Twitter and everything, and it's going to be on my YouTube page. But if you want to chat on my Anxiously Okay podcast, just let me know and we'll go from there. You don't have to use your real name or anything like that. I'm not gonna, my real name's on the podcast, but I can, screen names are fine. Yeah, it's, I don't want the podcast to seem like, oh, this is only my thing, only I'm allowed to do it. I actually was going to do a collaboration with somebody. We scheduled it at first in March. I think it was March, but that was when a lot of the anxiety stuff going on, like the isolation and the performance anxiety, was starting to kick in. So I asked if we could postpone it to April, and they said yes, that's fine. But then when I emailed them back, they actually didn't respond, and so I took a look at their page and everything, or like their social media, and they weren't crazy active. So I think something might be going on. I don't know, but I'm, not really any of my business. But I sent the email, so there's somebody else I actually might contact to see. But then again, I also want to make sure that I'm okay. I want to make sure that it's not like performance anxiety. It's not stress inducing. It's just hanging out, talking about some mental health, because I like talking about it. I do like talking about my mental health. I feel like more people should talk about their mental health more. My therapist, I've been going to therapy still, and that's still going really well. I actually have a new therapist now. I started seeing him since the end of March, because my last therapist retired at the end of February, and then I kind of took a little bit of time off, and then I'm seeing my current therapist. He's really good. Very happy I'm seeing him now. Yeah, I definitely, there is a plan for what I need to do, and he is helping me kind of realize that plan and kind of take some steps to, working on the plan. So, yeah, I mean, some of it I've kind of already talked about, like, try to socialize with my friends more, just hang out with my friends more. If I feel like everything's just kind of dragging or the same, try to, change something, do something different. But also, once COVID restrictions lift, do what you can to get out more. You don't have to, be a superstar or anything, like running out and talking to everybody, but just, I need to kind of reacquaint myself with society, if that makes any sense. It's not easy to do during a pandemic, let me tell you. But, yeah. So yeah, podcast is going well. Mental health, some days are better than others, but at the very least, I have a plan. At least I know what I want to do. Speed running is going okay. Streaming is kind of fine. I'm not streaming as much as I guess want, but at the same time, it's like, if I don't want to stream, I should not force myself to stream. Yeah, health-wise, I mean, again, at least physical health, I'm going to my doctor at the end of the month, so I can get some info there. And podcast is going well. So yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything in the update video, or at least what I wanted to talk about. If you have any feedback or comments or questions, you can put them in the comments below, or you can message me on Discord, or I'm on Twitter. So yeah, there's plenty of places to reach me. So yeah, just, I guess let me know there if you have any feedback or anything, or if you're in my Discord, which is not many, but if you're in my Discord, you can, leave feedback there too. I'll still see that. I'm just double checking my outline, make sure I cover everything, which, yeah, I did. Okay. So that's going to do it, for this year's update video. I'll see you next year for another update video. Honestly, maybe I'll do a once a year video. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching or listening. If you sat here and watched me talk, that's impressive, because I literally didn't do anything here. But anyways, thank you guys for watching or listening. Take care, and hope to hear from you soon. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.